Good morning. So, welcome back to Divinity Virtue. I don't even know what video this is 13, 12, 14. I can't count. It is what it is. So, I don't really know where this video is going to go. I kind of got a lot of things on my head, on my mind. I was kind of thinking, okay, so actually, I'll go this way. I keep telling everyone that a psychic told me about my life. And the interesting part about that is the way she told me the story, she made it as in one long story, but it was split up in three different sections. And essentially, the interesting part is in this last 2 years, it's all started happening. So when I wake up and I go, okay, today's another day, what can I control? I can control working out, eating healthy, just being the best person I can be. I now know that my second and third path are opening up or one's closing, and that this will be the interesting part because twin flame, I finally figured that out. She's the dark soul of me. So essentially, she's going to be everything that I used to be, or everything that I thought was like who I wanted to be as a person. A hustler, a playboy, just doing all the stuff for Instagram. That's who she is. So when you look at her and you look at me, we're two different people, but we do have the same similarities. Like she's in accounting, I'm in finance, stuff like that. Just our same type of mentalities. But the way the psychic also told me was that she goes, make her your best friend. So I tried for this last 2 years that anyone I met, I friend zoned. That wasn't Well, I guess that was on purpose. That's because I want the end goal of a wife and kids. And so, even though my twin flame played every type of game that she could play on me, she tried to use sex, manipulation, lies, everything. She she did well. She put me through the ringer, which was not fun. Like when I don't know how to even explain it. When you think you are somebody, but then it's like your other half of your soul, which is like the dark part of your soul, brings out like every insecurity, every trigger, every issue that you could ever have. So I know what I went through this year. And I'm thinking, I went through this and I walk with God. This was one heck of a year. If she walks with the devil and she had to go through her spiritual awakening, it's probably really bad for her. So this year, so today is November 10th, Friday. This will be interesting because it's either this weekend or next weekend. And you could almost mark my words that this conversation will probably happen. That my twin flame does have to come and talk to me. And that just, it has to happen. I am going to let her know I did figure out that we are twin flames, that she's the dark soul. I can't give her my heart anymore. And that's just because at the end of the day, you gotta love yourself first. Even if the other person is technically the 100% same as you, but the 100% match different of you, gotta let that person go. But she also told me to be her best friend. And so my best friend is starting to come out of the woodworks, which is very, very nice because I think what God does is I think he puts you through the limits to see if you're really willing to follow in his path. And when I woke up 2 years ago and I just said, fine, I'll give you everything. I'll change my ways, my sins, my addictions. I can tell you there was so many times that I almost wanted to go back to drinking, just becoming a player, hurting people. And I kept going through this and I just said, no, let's just do this the right way. So I've been building up my website. My website is, I think it's pretty much done. There might be 5% that I'm missing. I do need to. I've got my LinkedIn. up. I made a mistake on the Facebook, so I gotta wait till December 4th to change that. I got the contracts up. I got more videos coming. Really just trying to show people that the world is tough. And it was interesting because last night I showed some people my website, and the comment was, "Oh, it's just a motivational website." And I go, like I'm different than everyone else. I've never had anything. I've always had to work for everything. And I just think that like for right now, it is a motivational website, but there's a lot of good information on there. Everything that I've scoured the internet for, everything that I believe. So, yes, it is a motivational website for right now, but my end goal is so that people can just know that people do care. And maybe I can't care for everyone. Maybe some days I can barely care for myself, but my heart's big. My heart is big as gold. I'll give you the world. Just, it gets weird because, like I said, I am a very empath, and I might be a spiritual healer. I don't know yet, but there's something about my soul that is very relaxing to people. It doesn't matter who you are, but like your soul, I don't know, once you start looking in my eyes, it's like you just tell me your life, and I think what it is it's just your soul's just trying to cry out for some help, and my soul, I listen. My heart's open. My heart is so open. It's crazy. I can feel energy, like good energy, bad energy. If I got bad energy around you, you'll know, and it's really weird because I distance myself from you, and it's probably nothing against you. It's just that your soul's dark, and I gotta walk this path. And I think I do have a soul contract as well, which everyone asks me, goes, "How come you don't drink anymore, or sleep around, or be the person we used to know?" And I'm going, "Can't be that person anymore. I don't know why." It's not even like there's a reason. There is no reason. There's just none. Um, yeah, I don't really know what to say. But it's interesting about this website because I don't know where it's going to go. I really don't. I don't even know how to build a business properly. I failed twice on that. So everything I'm doing is I'm trying to be upfront, honest, and loyal to people. I'm trying to show you guys that I'm going to go through the grind every day. I'm going to put in the hard work, go to the gym. I'm going to go to the gym just right after this. Um, actually, I was just wearing this because I had a job interview. So, you know, maybe I'll find a part time job while I'm trying to build up this business. It is what it is. You know, yeah, I don't know what to say, but I can tell you, like, in this next week or two, there's gonna be a lot of conversations. Um, it's just I'm watching my doors close, and it's almost like when you live in a video game and you know how life is going to happen, that you just wake up and you go, okay, maybe today's not going to be the day, but tomorrow might be the day. Tomorrow might something happen. And you can say, well, how do you know this? How do you know this? I don't. I know that the psychic told me something and it's starting to happen. And that was 10 years ago. I also know that I had a medium come up to me. I might have said this in my audio videos. I don't really remember. Sometimes I do a script, sometimes I don't. And then I just go off the top of my head because I like to rant, I guess. I'm not too sure. But the medium came up to me. She gave me a hug one day and she goes, I go, whoa, we don't hug. Like, what happened here? She goes, oh, I couldn't hug you before. You've had a demonic child attached to you who's been trying to bring down your life. And I go, yeah, have you seen my life for the last 6 months? It's horrible. That kid's doing a really good job. He's probably the only friend I have. But I was like, how come you're hugging me now? And she goes, honestly, you got a cute little dog beside you and you just look like you need a hug. I was like, well, kids and dogs always love me, so it is what it is. Um, that's another thing, actually. Since I'm going to bring that up, in this last like 2 years, I've had a lot of interesting experiences with animals. Um, Last week I was walking home and me and a skunk, no lie, probably 6 feet away from each other, just walking with each other down the road. He looked at me when we got to the corner. I looked at him. He went left, I went right, and I was just like, okay, well, I'm glad I didn't get sprayed by a skunk. That was nice of him. And then like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I come outside of my house, and no lie, I have two raccoons on my front yard. Go up, just look at them. They look at me. We just kind of do our things, and I'm just like, I didn't know raccoons are even nice to people. I did not know. I had no idea. Get a lot of. I'm allergic to cats, and it's weird watching cats. They can be a block away, run up the block, and just come and like start coming near me. I'm just thinking, ah, you guys are gonna get me sick, but you guys are pretty. I thank you for this. It makes my heart warm. And then like I can tell you, one night, uh, oh, maybe about 2 months ago, 2 or 3 months ago, I was walking to the bar, and there was um, a female deer and her two fawns. And you would think like the mama deer is going to be on very high alert, and she was. She watched me, but as I walked past her, she followed me, and so did her two fawns. I don't know, 5, 6 feet away, if that. Like I could have gone up and petted her. I think that's how close she was. Like she was not. She wasn't worried at all. Not even with her little fawns. We come up to the corner, and this is funny how Lethbridge goes. They don't stop for humans, but the deers come up to the corner, walk across the street, then the cars keep going. I'm just thinking, all right, so you guys would have ran me over, but you let the deer and the two fawns go across the street. It's okay. And then I could tell you like, oh, just around January. So January of this year, so 10, 11 months ago. Um, I was walking, me and this one guy, we were walking home. I depending on which way we go, I try to walk with people just because Lethbridge at night is very questionable. There's a lot of characters. Everyone's got to eat. It is what it is. So we're walking home, and I remember looking back. I see this guy about 2 or 3 blocks away. I'm pretty good at watching my observings and my surroundings, and I don't know the time frame, so I'm sorry about everything about this. But we're walking, and I take another look back, and the guy's only a block away, and I'm thinking to myself, that was really quick. Like he either ran or something. Like there was something really quick. So we walk again, and we're walking past the mall, and just at this split second, two bucks at like 3 in the morning get up and start bucking each other, like trying to hammer them. It literally at that second, me and this guy, we turned around to see the bucks um, banging heads. That guy was right behind us. I'm pretty sure that guy was either going to shake us because we were in a rough part of Lethbridge, and actually we were in the crack part of Lethbridge. I'm not going to lie. We were walking through the crack part. That guy, it's his old life, so I guess that's his own snapping ground. But we were going to get mugged or shanked that night, guaranteed. The fact that that guy was right behind us when those like two bucks were bucking, yeah, animals, they talk to you. They don't, I don't know what they say, but they talk to you. Trust you, they feel you. I don't know. I like to even just walk with a deer and her two fawns, or to just have two bucks save your ass before you're about to get shanked, or a skunk. That was weird. Like we literally walked side by side, me and the skunk, until we got to the corner and turned off separate ways. So he, I don't know, maybe he didn't feel threatened. I didn't feel threatened. But I was like, man, really don't want tomato juice as like a shower. That being said, this was a good video. I got a second video coming out today. It's probably going to be about like just being careful about who you trust, because at the end of the day, the people who are going to hurt you the most, friends and family. And I got stories, even teachers, that once you hear it, you're just gonna go, yeah, that's the world we live in. It's not trying to bring people up, it's trying to break you down and hurt people. And like I said, maybe my website's all about trying to be positive. I'm really trying to be a positive person because I was a terrible person back in the day. And I don't know how this consulting is going to go. I just know I've had a lot of jobs, had a lot of paths, and I do understand how to, I understand life goals. Like I've studied my entire life, accomplished a lot of things. So I understand the path. I really hope that maybe just when you look at the website, if you have triggers or depression or something, and you just read my quotes or you read what I know about stuff like that, maybe it changes the way you think. That being said, God bless. Let's try to be 1% better. You got to take your losses before you become the boss. DivinityVirtue.com. Thank you for everything you guys have given me. Honestly, God bless and amen. Have a wonderful weekend.